Hi, yes, my name is John Somerville, and I am in the Internship for Educational Leadership. I'm graduating in 2 weeks. This is a little bit about what I've learned over the course of the semester. I started with the idea of attacking, or more or less aiding, areas that my district was weak or was struggling in. In doing so, I started off with my leadership philosophy platform, and that was a real eye-opener for me to have to develop my own philosophy of what leadership is, especially within education. But doing so, I covered the standard of ELCC 5.2. I then looked at our discipline policy and developed one of my own that bases discipline upon the offense, and was well received by my administration. In doing this, I covered ELCC 3.1, 3.3, 5.3, and 5.5. I then looked at our bus loading, because we've had several complaints about such as students not being supervised or getting into altercations and different things happening. So I observed and came up with a operational procedure for the bus loading in the afternoons. In doing so, I covered ELCC 5.2 and 3.1. I tried to tackle our problem of reading, something that we've been struggling with, not only as a district, but I feel as a state in whole. In doing so, I came up with a plan for reading with the principal that covered ELCC 3.1, 3.2, 5.2, 5.3, and 6.3. But not only did I learn quite a bit through my internship, I also learned lots of things from my other courses. 3 that really stuck out to me was, number 1, the coaching call. That was an experience for me. I've done things like this in other professions, but never in the form of education, and not the way this was done. So it was a challenge at first. I feel like I've gotten better at it, and I will continue to grow into it more. This came out of course EDAS 7320. I also looked at global education, something I feel that Arkansas in my district is lacking. Global education, that is. This was covered in EDAS 7301. And this basically deals with global education and pairing with other schools throughout the nation and even internationally through exchange students or curriculum or course sharing, that sort of thing. I then looked at our special education program and took an in-depth look at the extended school year, which is where a student that is struggling will have extra time during the summer or over the holidays to have furthering education, instruction, or curriculum coursework. I also took a look at our IEPs, the legalities, which was different for me from a teacher, going from that perspective to a leadership perspective, because you have to cover the legalities plus making sure the teacher's doing what they're supposed to be doing and things of this nature. It was a real eye-opener for me. What I would like to do in the future in education is to become a principal. That's my number 1 goal at this point. Later on, I hope to move on to a superintendent, but right now I'm just being happy to graduate and get my principal and get started helping out future teachers and students. How has this experience changed me? It's opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't know principals were responsible for or required to do, and it prepared me to do those things and meet those needs. And I want to thank you for your time and your attention.